There we go, folks. We are up and running. Just gotta do a couple things here, just to make sure everything is working correctly. Alright, and there we go. What is going on? Okay. That was weird. To get this game up and running, it's a little bit of a chore. Okay, so we are at the Penn Hospital. Rank 11. Talk to Harriet in the hospital. Alright, so I guess let's be this door to my left, which is now open.
It's locked.
It's Dr. Swansea.
It's locked.
It's locked. Okay, I have something for you, Peppa.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Do you need medical help yourself, Nurse?
I'm afraid I've contracted some illness, Dr. Reed.
Not under my watch, Nurse. Take this. You'll feel better.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings within the hospital?
I don't have time for such nonsense, Doctor. I've work to do.
Blackmail is a serious matter, Nurse Hawkins.
Everything is serious around here, Dr. Reed. Starting with patients who need me.
Yeah, she does.
Are you certain? You seem nervous.
If you have something in mind, just speak up, Doctor. Otherwise, stop breathing down my neck.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Someone else had a cold, so I need to locate them. Swansea has like the biggest health pool of anyone in this building. If I was to drain him, I'd probably be satiated forever.
Dr. Reed, may I help you?
Have you heard rumors about blackmail within the hospital?
I don't have time to listen to all the idle gossip that floats in these halls, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have had run-ins with the law?
Doctor, you've hardly been here and you're already questioning the moral fortitude of the staff.
I'll see you later, Nurse Crane. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Oh, he was the guy who was like, I have a miracle cure for the pandemic. However, I don't know if I could trust it.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Have you heard talk of any blackmail here at the hospital?
No, nothing.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
How can we be sure we're making a
It's locked, all right.
I never could keep anything from her.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
You always knew the words to calm me.
This hospital seems to be falling apart.
Good
But
evening,
in the
Mr. Goswick.
circumstances, I'm willing
How are
to
you?
hold
I'm
it
okay.
out.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
My sweet girl.
With you at our side, Dr. Reed, I know that Pembroke will prevail.
What is going on with Rashik? Cash.
Medical bench, sir. I understand you.
It's locked.
Why are you in there?
I managed to
Dude, why are you in there?
in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help.
I cannot enter.
Is he in there? Hold on. Don't think he's... Oh, he's in the building here. No, he's not. He's in the morgue. What the hell are you doing?
It's locked, all right. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Oh, I already talked
Bye,
to you.
Nurse Hawkins.
I'm trying to investigate Simpson's actions, but he's being suspicious as balls. Hold on. I saw that. Who else? Newton play. Wait, what the hell?
You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you.
Rakesh!
You see,
Really?
no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
Hell. Oh, we're going to talk. Oh, we're going to talk. Oh, man. I mean, I know I shouldn't be the one to talk considering I've pillaged a few dead people in this game as well. But, oh boy, oh howdy. Let's talk, Vakesh. After I take your opium.
It's locked.
Oh boy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you.
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that
Rakesh.
what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
You may be right, but you'll go to jail if you're caught.
If ever I have to go to jail, I'm sure I'll find a way to help people there, too.
A pawnbroker?
Yes, sir.
Have you heard?
Pardon me, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana. It's locked, all right.
Who is that? Oh.
Perhaps I should have considered the offer from that cabinet.
There's a spot, I know. Okay, so we know that the big red splashes on the ground now are for you to be able to see into certain rooms. Okay, so we got an unknown. I saw the indicator for Harriet. Must be her.
act with no respect.
Fear and disgust on every skin
What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse, or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Ooh.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratch.
Okay, yikes.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Well, that was a nice...
The patients and staff might know something.
disgust on
I'll
every
start my
skin
investigation
color.
with them.
The daily routine.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor.
That sounds like a
She's full
denial.
of fanciful tales.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Alright, fair enough. Okay. So, Peppa doesn't know squat.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Dorothy Crane will probably be with the patient in the main area, so... Oh. The door is shut and locked again. Time to peep in. There should be like a giant blood puddle somewhere. I'll talk to you in a moment, Gwyneth.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Dr. Dorothy Crane should be. Did she run upstairs somehow? Son of a bitch. Alright, hang on. I gotta be quick about this because I'm going. Thank you, game. Bet you they moved. Two. Well, I had them. It looks like I missed my opportunity. I am a little suspicious, though, that Dorothy's missing. Son of a biatch. Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry. Alright, let's see what these two have been hiding the last few days. There we go.
How can I be sure I'll not find your unconscious body in the house again?
I promise you, you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'll stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, seriously though, Crane is missing.
It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right. It's locked, all right.
Actually, hold it.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are an item. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Oh boy. Okay. I probably should have done that last time.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
What do you think of Dr. Tippett's opinion of your promotion, Waverly?
Tippett is a good practitioner. Maybe just a little too attached to his prestigious position at the Pembroke Hospital.
Really? That's exactly his diagnosis of you. A little too eager to get promoted? A little bit too proud?
He has the right to think so. But I deserve this promotion. And I don't consider it anything but well-earned.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to
Waste
give
your
him the
time with
benefit.
me.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Your son wished to die, Beatrice. Why did you hide such crucial information?
Are you not aware suicide is a crime? Mortimer could be thrown in jail. I can't let that happen. I won't.
I understand you fear the legal consequences, Mrs. Goswick. But don't you realize your silence significantly affects your son's case?
All my son needs is help and comprehension. Not judgment and punishment for what he may or may not have done.
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
You
Good evening,
were
Mrs.
talking.
Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Interesting.
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured, you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reed. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Admit it, Mortimer. Your mother had you hospitalized here because you tried to kill yourself.
Yes, it's true.
All right, then. This is the first time we've really shared information about your case. Shall we call this progress?
Call it what you want, Dr. Reed.
You can trust me. I won't report you to the authorities. My one and only concern is your health.
I guess I should thank you then.
Can I help you in any way, Mr. Goswick?
I wrote a letter for my mother. She was supposed to read it after my death. But I suppose she doesn't have to read it now.
I see. And is this letter still near the place where you tried to take your own life?
Yes. And I don't want anyone reading my last words. I mean, I'm still here. If you bring me back that letter, then perhaps we'll talk.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
I have to correct myself for last night when I said that, when I said that Jack the Ripper was around during this time period, he wasn't. He was gone by the time this period of the Spanish influenza. I mean, like nothing to do. So hang on a second. Nurse Brennigan, right? She's gotta be around here. So there she is.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
According to the report I read, your unprofessional conduct put a patient in danger, Gwyneth.
That's not true. I know when my patient's life is at risk, and I'm more competent than a lot of doctors that I know. Problem is, I'm a woman.
I don't see what your gender has to do with your
abilities. Oh, but you don't get it.
Nurse. Because I'll never be a doctor, no matter what my skills. I could make a decision that could save a life, but oh no, that's unbecoming conduct.
Oh, yeah, my sport.
Elizabeth Blackwell. She was the first woman listed on the UK medical register. Change is slow, but it will come. And you will always have my support.
To have the right to study shouldn't be determined by sex, skin, or wealth. That's all I'm saying.
Don't let the a certain political group in America
Call
hear
me
you
if you
say
need
that.
assistance.
Not going to point fingers at anyone in particular.
Is this supposed to be an hospital? A pigsty would smell better.
Hey Newton, let's talk.
Have you found Oswald?
Not yet, sir. I need more information first.
All right. What do you want to know?
Where was your friend?
He went down by the...
Do you need medical attention, sir?
Afraid so. In the war, I was always worried about picking up something, getting some infection. Unfortunately, got that fear in London now.
Throughout history, some diseases have done more damage to armies than any weapon created by man. You were wise to be careful.
You're working at the Pembroke Hospital, aren't you? That's a good enough reason for me and Oswald to go there.
I have all the information I need for now. If I find anything out about your friend, I'll let you know as soon as I can.
Thank you, Dr. Reed.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals, or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
Oh, Dorothy. Oh, what? Okay. Like a little freaking ninja, she just vanished the moment I came to investigate.
He's locked the door behind him. I need to find another way to follow him. This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
This is despicable.
What sort of creature is this?
Circle starch. Holy hell. Hate
Here's
those
what's
things.
left of him. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Identify
Are you
yourself to the
injured,
wall.
sir?
Help me get out of here. I need
Hey,
to get
Oswald,
out.
there
I'm
you are.
Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get out.
Mr. Thatcher, your friend Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do. Are you sure you're all right, sir?
Yes.
Are you sure you're all...
Yes.
Okay, so we saved Oswald. We found the poor soul who literally got eviscerated by a werewolf, of all things. I know the game probably identifies them as vampires, but it's a freaking werewolf. I fought those things like 3 different times. Well, actually, I fought them more than 3 different times, but the point is... You're new. Ah, shit. I guess while I'm here, I should probably forge some medicine for, good old what's-his-face. Oswald.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Alright folks, I'm gonna pause here for a moment and I'll be right back in like a few minutes. Alright, we're back, folks. Thank you for your patience. Now, I have to remember what the hell I'm doing. Oh yeah, I'm sneaking into Whitechapel. Again.
home. Smells like rotten meat.
I cannot enter.
Best be on your way home. When did you join? 2 days ago. This is my first patrol.
Best turn around if I were you. Last warning!
There's one of them! Watch yourself!
Son of a bitch. Alright, so next time I stream, I'm definitely going to have to stream it.
have this thirst for blood.
So we can confirm that the place is right.
I'd head back if I were you, sir. Best run along home, sir. I order you to step back. See them fancy clothes? This one's a tough. Take a breath of air. Christ, die, vermin! Stop! Vampyr! The power of the Lord commands you! Away with you!
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
The good news, though, from that fight is I don't worry about him being there anymore, considering that he's a mini-boss.
Whitechapel. This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well. Goodbye then.
By the way, this was the person I saw
Hello again, miss. Very well. Goodbye, then.
The person I was seeing in that one part of the courtyard. So originally when I came into Whitechapel, she was the one I was seeing in this area. No wait, there's still somebody there. Who are you?
It's locked.
Pay me a glass and I'll be gentle.
Come on, Barrett, you don't gain. You pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite, sir.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
A strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nethercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right? It's not my fault, Barrett.
No, I'm not calling it a night yet, folks. I'm just going up here to actually upgrade my scythe because I know I have the lead rods that I need. So I need another 3 lead rods, 3 good handle parts. Okay. Actually, you know, something I just noticed as a huge ass continuity error is how it's basically how um God, Jonathan pointed out that the faith of the cross, basically, that that Reverend Cain was using was hurting him because of his faith, and that that indicates that he didn't know about that. But the thing was that Swansea, when we first met him, did the exact same thing.
Unable to see the true horror around you.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved with unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. It's locked, all right.
protect you, for there is no protection against malevolence and trickery.
Son of a bitch.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
You are paraphrasing, and I know a few Bible thumpers that would tear you apart for that.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Yes. The enjoyable silence of the grave. You have a unique perspective on the situation, I must admit.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
I understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear Doctor.
That's putting a lot of faith in me.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir. For it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
I fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercott.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
Most people would be extremely bitter to hear those words. Hopeless romantic.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Do you not think it a little morbid?
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about Camellia?
Not much. And that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma. Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles, and the added hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox. The stripped
Okay,
humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Tell me, Mr. Nether.
The place is...
Do you not think...
On the...
What can you...
Not my...
Perhaps you're...
One day, perhaps.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Oh, before I go, what do you need treatment for? Cold. Gotcha. We're digging your garbage can. I'll press him on that after the fact. Where the hell is the workshop? This stupid glitch with the map. This is not me. It's that. Well, it actually sort of is me, but the point is, I'm trying to move and the game is just like, oh,
it's locked.
Oh, you're trying to move. Well, you see, you were in the map, so I gotta jumble up your controls.
You look so pale, my lord. Would you like me to revive you?
like you to do is stop trying to hit on me. Hard to believe it's almost 11 again. 11 p.m. my time. It's been a chaotic 3 days for me, folks. I've been having to get up at 6 in the morning, and I'm not used to getting up early in the morning, so I get up, I basically do these micro jobs, and then I crash in on myself. So, yeah. I'm forging cold medicine. I'm gonna go talk to good old what's-his-face again, Richard, and then we're going to continue on the mission and interrogate Mr. Perskew, or whatever the hell his name is.
Protection against malevolence and trickery.
Cool story, bro. You ever going to get out of the rain?
Most of them don't speak English. How am I supposed to interview them?
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
When she was younger, my mother was a painter and a poet. She told me many times how poor her artist friends were, and how she helped them.
My parents pay for my rent, my food, and my clothes. All I have to give them in return is lies they do not believe.
You seem embarrassed.
Someday I hope to proudly offer my first publication to my parents. Until that day, I'll remain the failure of a son they have to support.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott.
The place... On the...
What can you...
Not much.
I'll leave you alone. Hello again, miss. Tell me about Richard Nethercott. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia. I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Very well.
Come on, Baron, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind. Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out. Distribute flowers this
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see, Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
Wow, this is a hell of a glitch.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Oh, crap.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
So she's been stealing medical supplies from the hospital. That could be a bannable offense.
I need help!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound.
This is intense.
Of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Frack.
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
Okay, so we can apparently CPR didn't exist back in the Victorian age, or back in the 1918s.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give...
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu. What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Skull! Hand me that skull!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest?
He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercom. I must... First... Good. The stitches are holding. A dose of epinephrine, now.
Yes, Doctor. We've lost the pulse.
Alright, give me a second here. I just want to know if this is a no-win situation before I continue. Ugh. Okay. Okay.
He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
It's locked, all right.
To what do I owe this courtesy?
Oh, we're going to
I
talk.
suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
And 1 second. I'm trying for the good ending here, so hang on. Oh, okay. So as long as it's the same rules, as long as I don't break.
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Hold on.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. all gone.
I cannot enter.
This one stinks already.
Watch out! Murdering bastard! Christ!
So it's only like the extremely choice NPCs that give you the very unique thing. But before we report, we're not going to report back to Lady Ashbury yet. What we're going to do tonight is we're going to save the game, and I'll probably be here Wednesday. Yeah, so the good ending involves doing certain things. But the big thing is you cannot the big thing about doing what you're doing, the good ending, is that you cannot physically embrace or like embrace any person in the game. Alright, folks. Thank you all for coming, and I will